Good morning, dribblers. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all been blowing me up all morning. So let's do it. Let's do it. Make sure y'all hit the notification bell as y'all come inside. You're now rocking with the best. Oh my goodness, man. Y'all want to party this morning, I see. Y'all want to party this morning. Y'all always want to have a party, man. Yeah, I know about the young boy in Philly, man. We about to talk about some Philly. Y'all go with that bullshit. Y'all go with that bullshit. Good morning. Subscribe to the channel as y'all come in here. Hit the notification bell, the top one. Oh boy, we got some things to talk about. Been getting messages all night. I already knew yesterday. I was preparing myself. But y'all ready to party, I see. Y'all ready to party? I know you was going to talk about it. Oh my goodness. Y'all was waiting for this. Y'all always looking for the wreck, man. Y'all came to the right place. Came to the right place. You did. Oh my goodness. Mr. CR, good morning. He said he put money on the floor. I got messages all this morning from all over the YouTube planet on Instagram. I got all types of DMs on Instagram. I woke up, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was preparing myself. I was up late last night. Y'all see the green screen video I dropped this morning. I was preparing myself. And I'm saying to myself, what is all these messages about? Y'all couldn't wait. Y'all couldn't wait. Y'all love the wreck, man. What's up with y'all? Good morning. Good morning, people. From the dribble. He said, that fool weird, yo. What the fuck is wrong with him? I told y'all that nigga was nuts, yo. Didn't I tell y'all? Y'all don't never listen to me, man. Did y'all watch my prior video? I told y'all I was a polymath. That's a person who's highly skilled in a variety of fields. I be trying to tell y'all, man, like, sometimes when you the pioneer, people might not receive the information correctly. People might not receive the information correctly, but I came here, I came here to reassure y'all everything's gonna be all right as long as you tune in and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna keep y'all on y'all toes, man. There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot of wild, dangerous people out here. And I got an entry from CBS News. Y'all want me to share it with y'all? Y'all ready? Moderators, y'all ready? He said, yeah, Gully, you been said it. Kinfolk is a weirdo. I told y'all after about 2 years of him making videos of me, I told y'all, I said, yo, this dude is special. I told y'all. Then the one day he reached his boiling point. I can't remember what I did to him, but I used to be picking with him in his comments and in his DM. He was just wrecking me. And he just totally lost it and went live and jumped up and pulled out the hammer. Oh, I'm gonna kill this nigga. I told y'all he reminded me of them dudes to be in the hole and shit. If you ever served any type of prison time and you ever been in a hole, when you go to the hole, it's always a nigga that's gonna be in there from now on, right? And they be bugged out. They be on medication. They be just bugging out. They be on the gate all day long. And part of the bid down there is to set them niggas off. We call it rattling their cage. You just get to picking with them and picking with them, and then they'll just blow their fuse and just go crazy. I seen dudes go as far as banging their heads in the concrete walls. I'm not lying. We had a dude so pissed off, man. This motherfucker started banging his head into the wall. Lindsay, I'm gonna kill you! Ah! We dying. We dying, yo, because we can't get to each other and shit. But in his mind, he gonna come through this brick wall and get to me and shit. So that's who Philly Trenches reminded me of. For many years, he made videos about me. This dude had this strange, evil evil fascination with me, and he just kept making videos. It didn't matter if it was one person or none in his live stream. He continued to go live, and those YouTube videos is how he was positively identified in Philadelphia for this crime that I'm about to tell y'all about. All right. 4 people, including 3 teenagers, shot on a Septa bus in Philadelphia's Fairmount Park neighborhood, police say. 4 people, including 3 teenage boys, were shot while riding a Septa bus in Philadelphia's Fairmount Park neighborhood Saturday evening, according to police. Investigators were notified about a shooting just before 6:15 p.m. on May 10th on Girard Avenue near 33rd Street. After they arrived, Philadelphia police and Septa officers found multiple people had been shot on Route 15 bus. Around 30 people were on board of the bus at the time of the shooting, according to Inspector D.F. Pace with the Philadelphia Police Department. You can imagine a very close space, and you have something like this happen is very traumatic for all involved, Pace said. According to Pace, the 4 victims included a 16-year-old boy, a 14-year-old boy, all of whom were taken to the hospital. A 39-year-old woman was treated for a graze wound on the scene. All of the victims are in stable condition. In an update Sunday, police said the 14-year-old was shot in the left hand. One 16-year-old was shot in the right foot. The other 16-year-old suffered a graze wound on his back, and the 39-year-old woman was injured on her shoulder. Authorities believe a man, possibly in his 40s, confronted a group of juveniles toward the back of the Septa bus and got into a verbal argument. The shooter then allegedly pulled a gun from his bag and struck the 4 people. The exact motive for the shooting is unclear. This is an extremely frightening incident for our customers, said the Septa bus operator. And Septa police will continue working closely with the Philadelphia police on the investigation, a spokesperson for the transit agency told CBS News Philadelphia. No arrests have been made in the case. Police said the shooter was wearing a red hat, a black zip-up jacket before he ran from the bus across 33rd Street onto Girard Avenue. Luckily, cameras on board captured the entire incident. Detectives are now reviewing that video to figure out who the shooter is and what may have led to the shooting. Violence in any form is unacceptable, Pace said, and we're doing absolutely everything we can as a police department to ensure the public safety of those that are walking our streets and riding our public transportation. Daisha Sukahova says she rides Septa several times a week, but after the shooting, she's now thinking about not getting back on board. I know the city can be dangerous, but I never seen those things, and I never heard about that. And this is the first time I heard about that. How am I supposed to take the bus? Anyone with information related to this shooting is asked to call the Shooting Investigating Group at 215-686-8270. He's still on the Rizon, but it's all on social media. His pictures is all on social media, Facebook. It's all on social media. It's all over the place. And how do y'all think they identified this guy? Take a wild guess. This is from a website called Philly Spot News. Y'all see that? This is on Instagram. It says, You all posted the shooting on the 15 bus yesterday. Please also post the shooter's photo. He took his YouTube channel down, but this is him. He took his YouTube channel down. How did they identify him? They said, we know who that fool is. That's the nigga that be beefing with Gully TV. That's Philly Trenches, Philly Trenches, Philly Trenches from YouTube. And that's how he was identified. I told y'all long time ago, I told y'all, I said, yo, I've been in institutions with Philly dudes all my life. This nigga is a bug out. And look what happened. I told y'all he was crazy the whole time. When he was online talking about he was a part of the JBM, I told y'all this nigga is not no fucking JBM member. He's not even old enough to be a JBM member. And he's in jail. Well, he's going to jail as soon as they catch up with his monkey ass for shooting a 39-year-old woman, a 14-year-old, and a 16-year-old. Probably with the same hammer that he was waving around on YouTube. This nigga was Yosemite Sam the whole time. I told y'all. I told y'all. If you trying to stay alive out here, it helps to outthink your opponent. And often you have to think for your opponent. There was many times when this nigga was so mad at me, a person that he's never met, that he was willing to crash out. Like he said some, I won't say some of the shit that he said to me in my DM, but I knew this nigga had a screw loose. Probably a paranoid schizophrenic situation. And because of this incident, he's going to prison for a long time. You know why? The 3 or 4 people that he shot, innocent people that he shot, he's not just going to get charged for that. It was 30 other people on the bus. He's going to have 30 different counts of reckless endangerment for every person that was on the bus, including the bus driver. And they're going to put his ass away. He going to do probably double figures. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know he got a past criminal history. And this is another one of those incidents that I've said publicly on this channel. Some niggas belong in prison. Some niggas belong in prison. Some niggas, everybody don't belong in society. You have to protect society from niggas like Philly Trenches. You have to protect him. I mean, you got to protect society from people like him. You do. Here's a guy who can't even maintain composure in a public setting. He went off and got the opening fire on a bus. A bus that he should have never been on. You know why? Because all this nigga do is talk this money getting shit. That's all he do. Making those videos in that basement next to that hot ass radiator by himself. I knew he was a special ed case. I knew it the whole time. And I told y'all this many times, and we all laughed about it, but these niggas exist. These niggas exist. I'm telling you. I stayed in those law libraries. Pennsylvania's Commonwealth. He's going to the moon. They're going to orbit him for this. Yeah, he might get like a dub or something like that. Depending on his criminal history, he can get between a dub and a quarter or some shit. He plead out, he might get a dime or 15, but he's getting double figures. And he's officially retired from YouTube. He is. I told y'all. Y'all was just sitting in here laughing. This nigga made, there was a time when he made, I was counting them. This nigga made like 54 videos straight about me. 54 videos straight. You know how shout out you gotta be to do some shit like that. That takes time and effort. This nigga hit his live button and talked to himself about me 54 times straight. Can y'all believe that? Can y'all believe that? Do you know how shout out you gotta be to do some shit like that? 54 times straight. And he talk all of this JBM hustler. We was getting money, we got money. Y'all seen him go to the ATM on me. Y'all remember the video where he went to the ATM and took out $4? He took $4 out. 400 out the machine. 400 out the machine. Y'all remember that video? Yeah, he was. Remember, he would stand up and show his True Religion logo on his jacket and shit like that. This was an adult baby. This is an adult baby. Shot the fuck out. But I told y'all. He said, Philly Trenches is right here. I don't know if that's you, but I believe it's you. I don't know. Somebody see, is that really him? Somebody see, is that really him? I believe it's him. I do. You know why? Because he shot the fuck out. I believe that's him. He said him right here. I believe it's him. I do. Y'all, he said it is. Is that him? He said he on the Rizine. Go live with him. No. I'm scared of that nigga. They said, yeah. He said, yeah, it's him. Oh my God. Philly Trenches, welcome to the chat. Hey man, since these are your last days and shit, man, I suggest you go get you a good meal. Go and get you a good meal, man. I wish I had my stimulant available, because I'd send you a pack, man. You can go get your last shot of pussy. You going to State Road. You are. And after State Road, you know where you're going? You've been there before. You know where you're going. You're going to Camp Hill. When you get to Camp Hill, they're going to process you. You going to the blocks. You're not going to the mods. You're going to the blocks where I ran into Steady Being Cool C at. That's for the niggas who going to be there from now on. And they're going to send you to probably Greene County. I'm going to give you options. Huntington. I heard they about to close Rockview. Greene County, Phoenix, or Dallas. You go into one of those 5 spots. It's all good, man. When you get there, all them JBM niggas that you be talking about on your channel, guess what? They still there from 1988. So this time, you'll have some authentic pictures with the JBM. You know why? Because when you get to the penitentiary, them niggas still there from the summer of 87, 88. And it's a shame, man, that you went out like that, man. Like, no matter what type of conflict you had with them little kids and shit, you gotta be able to think for children. They probably was in there bidding on your nut ass. And you know, you caught up, you stuck in your ways, feel you still a gangster, and you pulled out your hammer out your bag and got the clapping on the bus. Man, I don't think Judge Reynolds is still down there. They used to have a judge down Philly called Judge Reynolds, I think his name was. Judge Reynolds. I'm pretty sure he's probably dead now. They say Judge Reynolds would get you in his courtroom and tell you, hey, I guess it was a window in the courtroom. And in Philadelphia downtown, they got a lot of pigeons and shit like most cities. You know, they would have pigeons outside the courthouse. They say Judge Reynolds would say, hey, look outside on that ledge, tell me how many pigeons you see. However many pigeons is out there, that's how many calendars he gonna get in your ass. But Philly Trenches is he's on the Lizam, y'all. Somebody, I believe that he's in this chat. I believe he's in this chat. If, in fact, he was misidentified by this YouTube channel, Instagram channel, maybe he'll get a lawsuit. But right now, They saying you did it, brother. Your name is all over the internet. He said, I'm still around. Good for you. He said, bring him home. Reynolds was a juvenile judge. Yeah. He said, you need a restraining order. Yeah, I gotta. He said, bring me on. No, I don't want nothing to do with you. I told you I was scared of you last year. You pose a threat to society. You like one of them Unabomber niggas and shit. You's a Ted Kaczynski type motherfucker. um, good luck to you, man. If you're innocent, you'll have your day in court, but they coming to get you and shit, man. People done posted your face all over social media saying that you was the shooter. Like one of them niggas on that bus, they positively identified you, man. If not, if it wasn't you, it was a nigga that looked like you. Sounds like your work to me. I ain't gonna lie. It do. He said, Dippers is a hell of a drug. Told y'all that nigga like that damn angel dust. I told y'all he like that dust. Hey, Hakeem, it's not me that you have to convince of your innocence, pimp. You gotta deal with them white folks. So whatever the case, you know how Pennsylvania do, man. They play rough. Good luck to you, Jack. You know what I'm saying? But I told y'all, that nigga smoked dust. I knew he's a dust head the whole time. That nigga probably thought them people was demons. He probably was on that bus dusted out of his mind. He probably thought them little niggas was demons coming to do something to him. He opened fire and shot somebody, grandma. It's a wild place down there in Philadelphia, man. I want y'all to I want to send my condolences to the young man that passed away in Philadelphia over the weekend. Very talented young lyricist. I was just getting down with him. He had over 300,000 followers on Instagram, and the whole city is mourning him because he stood for peace in the city. I want to make sure I got his name right. I definitely followed him. I just have to remember his name. LGP Qua. Damn. Rest in peace to him, man. North Philly, little North Philly MC. Philly's a wild, wild, wild place. It is very, very wild. Philly's so wild, they was pissed off that I said Detroit was more ghetto. Niggas hit me up, was like, man, you lying, you got to come through my neighborhood. No. He said, Philly, crab in the barrel. They got a thing with guns, man. They do. This goes back to when I was in the juvenile system with them cats. Man, them niggas they have gun issues. Like, they do. They have a infatuation with guns. Like, I never seen kids that was so enamored with guns. Like, they knew about the Desert Eagle and the Desert Eagle was the one with the triangle and shit. Like, they in the gunplay. They is. And I don't think it's probably ever gonna stop. Like, it's almost like a culture down there. Just as sure as they was into boxing, they into busting that iron too. Philadelphia was the first guys that I've ever been around when I was serving time. It was more stick up and robbery niggas than drug boys and shit. Like, me and everybody that was, around me, got young niggas that was from where I was from, that was from Erie. We all had drug cases. Them niggas had robbery cases, man, and I'm talking about multiple robberies. Like, they would go on robbery sprees and get booked. Like, these niggas rob everything. That's what Wallow was in jail for. Wallow was in jail for, like, robbing a restaurant or some shit, like a Wendy's or some shit. They'll stick up some shit, man. They was trying check cashing joints. They was trying armored cars, all of that as kids and shit. Like, they call it take money. They heavily into it. It's always been like that. Word. They tried to take his chain. Man, them young niggas ain't tried to take that nigga chain. That nigga ain't had no chain worth taking. Straight up. He said a bunch of skinny me's. Let's say hypothetically they was trying to take his chain. All he had to do was draw the iron and shit. Them niggas would have backed down. He didn't have to open fire on no bus. You gotta think for your opponent, man. If that's the case, let's say that's the case. They was trying to do something to him, and he opened fire on that city bus. He's going to prison. He's going to the penitentiary. He's going to the penitentiary. They don't want to hear about no juveniles was harassing you, so you opened fire and shot 4 or 5 motherfuckers. They don't want to hear that. He's going to prison. He know he going to prison. Dude, this is his last days out here. He said, what happened? My former YouTube nemesis, Philly Trenches, he spun out of control in the city of Philadelphia, allegedly. His face is plastered all over social media for a shooting on a Septa bus. Sounds like his work. This will remain to be seen. They said that he's the guy. This remains to be seen. But I feel that he did it. Because I know the nigga got a screw loose. Word. Anyway, what cities is in here this morning? Oh, he said they tried to take Quad Chain. Ah, damn. I seen his chain. He wearing it in this post on Instagram. He could have gave that up. He could have gave that up, yo. Don't die about no chain, yo. You can get another chain, man. You can't get another chest, man. If they open you up with one of them 40s, that's going to be it. It was just, I think I was watching a video by Glasses Malone on Bag Fuel. Shout out to Bag Fuel. My Bag Fuel episode is going to drop today, I believe. So be on the lookout for that. Glasses Malone, he was talking about the situation that happened with PNB Rock. If PNB Rock didn't have his jewelry on when he went in that restaurant, PNB Rock probably would still be alive. You have rappers and people that say this, I ain't taking off my chain, I wear my jewelry anywhere. Okay. You just haven't ran into a hungry enough group of niggas and shit. You can die for that shit. You gotta understand. Niggas be running around with, you know, 250,000 around their neck. That's $250,000 and shit, man. Like, you going into these poor neighborhoods, you going around poor people. That's enough money to change somebody's life. And they saying to themselves, all I gotta do is get it up off of them and shit. Don't be the one to die about your chain, man. Like, they're gonna make more change. You can get another chain. You can. It's just not worth dying for, yo. And furthermore, take that shit off sometime. You ain't gotta wear that shit all the time. Like, people feel that jewelry is a part of their everyday attire, like a pair of underwear. You running around with steak around your neck, man, when somebody try to feast on you, man. Like, AZ once said, only the real can relate to shit a hungry man will try. Only the real can relate to shit that a hungry man will try. You gotta respect the law of the land, man. Like, there's people that have and there's people that have nots. Have nots, man, they be hard up, man. They be trying to, he said it's a pride thing. Man, you got to think for yourself and you got to think for your opponent and shit. Like, I'm not even gonna tempt a motherfucker. Like, y'all seen me over here, I be trucked up. Jewelry is for vacations, resorts. If you're going to do a performance, you probably want to wear it then. You're going to do some type of interview, media, some shit, you probably want to wear it then. Jewelry ain't for just hanging out, man. Like, niggas get rich and still want to hang in the hood and shit like that. Like, if people from the hood come to visit you, you bought that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's funny? A lot of guys, before they make it, they was on that. They was on that. They was on the I'll take a nigga chain, or they might have been a part of chain robberies or had the chain robbery ideology, or might have had some take a chain, philosophies in their past and shit. So you already know what time it is because that was you. Before you came up, that was you. You was hungry just like that. Just because you come up, the appetite to hungry niggas don't change and shit. Like, it's still the same. It's still the same. You got the stake on you now. You got to be careful. He said, imagine someone trying to take your chain at a barbecue. Depending on where the barbecue is. Let's say you're going to your family reunion. It's probably cool to wear your chain in. If you're going to the OBH barbecue, this is hypothetically. If you're going to the barbecue and the OBH niggas is gonna be there, you might want to think whether or not you want to wear your chain. How many OBH niggas did you see with a chain on? You know what I'm saying? How many OBH niggas did you see running around with a bunch of ice on? Not a lot. You know what I'm saying? So these niggas probably will take your motherfucking head off. Condolences to the young man, but I don't know. I think maybe people from Philly, they be living there so long, man, they start to adapt to that shit and don't take the danger as serious as outsiders and shit. Me, whenever I'm in Philly or Baltimore, I brace myself straight like that. Like, those two places, you got to brace yourself. You know what I mean? Rochester, too. You got to be on your P's and Q's in Rochester. You got to know which store. We ain't going to get blunts from this store, man. Keep on riding down the street. You got to understand where you at. You dress by your surroundings and know you're not untouchable. True story. Today, gold is expensive. It's not even worth wearing jewelry anymore. DC, what up? My man said, if OBH there, I'm not going. Me neither. Me neither. I want to be around them thirsty ass niggas, man. Them niggas is dangerous. Them niggas will kill your ass for crumbs. Niggas will knock you down for a sandwich and shit. For real. My family won't even wear their engagement rings moving around the city, and that's a diamond ring. Imagine a big gaudy chain. Gotta read the room. Sometimes you don't even have to read the room. You know where you're going before you get there. You know where you're going before you get there. You know what areas is off limits. Chill out. A good point that Glasses Malone made about the jewelry thing. He said, people try to make like LA is such a bad, dangerous place for jewelry when the rules apply in every city. If you in East Cleveland, you in certain parts of Cleveland, Ohio, the same laws that apply in Los Angeles apply there. If your ass in certain parts of Detroit, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Newark, New Jersey, even down south, Florida, Atlanta, Houston, Memphis, it's a universal law. It's not just Los Angeles that's on it. The shit that happened to PNB Rock in LA, that could have happened in any major city for real. If you out of bounds, brace yourself for real. And we heard his philosophy about his chain and shit. Like, I'm wearing my shit everywhere. I'm from Philly, ain't nobody gonna do nothing and shit. And you seen what it got him. So Ruben said, I got jewels. I don't wear it because it attracts attention. I don't need the attention. I lived in Cali for 6 years. I noticed dudes didn't wear jewelry like we did in New York City. Oh, you notice that immediately when you go to the West Coast. Their dress code is very, very ordinary. If you go to the Bay Area, them niggas a little bit flashier. Well, they're a lot flashier, but Los Angeles, their dress code is very, very ordinary. And I think it's like that for a reason. For real. That's how they spot niggas from other places. When you go out there, you're like, man, who was that nigga with that fancy polo jacket on? He's not from out here. LA niggas don't dress like this. They don't. They don't. They know right away he not from here and shit. And they own it. A lot of dudes can't handle another man doing better than them. I think that's something that affects the black community. Sad to say. I was telling somebody pertaining to my jewelry. I wear my jewelry where it's not valued at. I wear my jewelry where it holds no value. I went on a cruise, Carnival cruise. I think it was almost last year now. Went on a Carnival cruise. Wasn't nobody looking at me. Wasn't nobody looking at my jewelry. Wasn't nobody admiring it. No, did nobody say that's nice? Nothing. The people that was there, they didn't value that shit. They was walking around with Crocs on and shit like that. They not tripping off that shit. That shit is only valued in poor communities. Poor communities is the only people that be trying to kill you for that shit. So, you know, let's say you want to wear you want at a resort or something like that. You in Punta Cana, you know, poor people can't afford to go those types of places. You know what I'm saying? You probably ain't gonna see a poor motherfucker in first class on a plane and shit. You probably not gonna see him there. You know why? Because poor people don't leave their neighborhoods where they are very territorial. And they see you prancing through their shit, all fresh and all of that, and they suffering, they gonna wanna deal with you, man. That's just what it is and shit. So you gotta respect the laws of the land. You know what I mean? For real. Make sure y'all subscribe to Bag Fuel. I need y'all to be on Bag Fuel today. My episode dropped with them today. They dropped one Saturday. I think it did like 40,000 views already. That was me questioning them. They dropped that one first, but they actually interviewed me. So it's going to drop sometime today. I spoke to SO Saturday. He said between Sunday and Monday, so it's probably more than likely gonna drop today. Make sure y'all go check that out. Leave a comment. Poor people don't go to Key West. Always do your research before you go anywhere, even if you're not rocking jewels. Correct. Cali boys do they most flexing with cars, like making a 6'7" Cougar worth 200 G's. In New York City, robbing is recreation. I believe the robbery shit is recreation everywhere. We live in a social media age and shit. Haitian niggas just robbed somebody for $300,000 worth of jewelry. I don't know where they clipped him at in Florida. I think they got him in Florida. And they online wearing it. They is. If I left the resort in Jamaica, I never wore my jewelry. Protect your neck. He said Hackey Wall crashed out. Hackey Wall is going to Huntington State Penitentiary. He is for double figures. He was just in the chat a minute ago. So he's still on the lam. Good luck to you, Jack. But you know, when they catch up with you, man, you better have you a few dollars, man. Hold on, baby. Hold on, hang up. Joints, man, them is some of the most dangerous snacks. Don't get that shit to your kids. This is the reason the kids is running around with pre-adolescent diabetes and shit like that because of these snacks. He said you don't have sound. Can y'all hear me? I don't know what that was about. Oh, my car outside. Hold on. Can y'all hear me now? My brother started my car and shit, and the Bluetooth speaker booted up to the whip. Listen, the whole Little Debbie, product line. Do not fuck with Little Debbie's. Little Debbie's kill all of them. Honey buns, tiger cakes, nutty buddies, um, Swiss rolls, all of that shit. Oatmeal cream pies. That whole product line is dangerous. Do not fuck with that shit. I'm telling you, if you want to live, do not fuck with that shit. Don't give it to your kids. This is the reason that kids are experiencing pre-adolescent diabetes and shit like that. There's no reason why a child should have diabetes. That's too much sugar intake. But that Little Debbie shit, I hate that you know, people incarcerated gotta live off that shit. People in jail literally live off that shit. They eat it every day for years and years at a time. Don't fuck with that Little Debbie shit. That shit is dangerous. I'm telling y'all. This past weekend, I didn't consume no sugar. And I love eating sweets. I'm probably gonna continue to eat bean pie. That's just part of my heritage. And I do like banana pudding, but regulate your sugar intake, man. There's a doctor online that's teaching that cancer does not have to exist. All you got to do is eliminate sugar entirely. So I ain't doing, be careful. Even juices that say 100% juice, like Tropicana shit, and like some of them, a lot of that shit is dangerous. For real. You might want to just make your own juice at home. Seriously. Chips and fries are my weakness. Chips and fries are got a lot of saturated fat and grease in it. That's something else I've been backing off of. I woke up real hungry this morning because I went to bed hungry. And I never go to bed hungry. But I went to bed eating fruits and shit like that. It requires some discipline. If you want to look good, if you want to live long, just stick to your disciplines, for real. It goes a long way. As you go through your holistic journey, your body, your stomach will start to adapt to it, and before you long, you won't even miss it anymore. Good morning, everybody that's here, man. Make sure y'all subscribed. I got original content coming to y'all. I got more original content coming to y'all this week. That's the only way that you're gonna be in this shit. Original content, man. I stand on that. For real. Why attend a place that requires you to have a weapon anyway? Ain't no fun in that. You gotta think, man. You got two eyes, two ears for a reason and shit, man. To observe and think, man. Like, everybody is responsible for their own safety. Condolences to the young man that lost his life in Philly. But I think, again, I said this earlier, I think people from Philadelphia, they become desensitized to the danger. Like, they live in that shit. So it's probably nothing to them. I don't think they understand that the level of violence down there is abnormal because they live in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you lived in the Middle East, the people that live in the Middle East, they used to rockets and shit flying. They used to landmines going off and shit like that, and they just learned to live with that shit. Same with Philly. They used to that. They used to the machine gun shit. They used to the AKs. And you see what happens at the Eid feast at Juma. Like, it ain't no sugarcoat in Philadelphia, man. You gotta protect yourself. And a lot of times that consists of thinking. He said, Gully, please go watch Philly Trenches live. He done took his clothes off. That wet got him. I don't want to see that nigga undressed. It don't matter what he do at this point, man. He could smoke the last of his wet. He ain't gonna smoke no more. That's the only drug they don't got in the penitentiary. Never seen nobody dust it. They got K2 now. But he's going to the penitentiary. For those who just joined the live stream, I'm gonna read this entry one more time, and then I'm a boogie. I got some work to do. 4 people, including 3 teenagers, shot on a Septa bus in Philadelphia's Fairmount Park neighborhood. 4 people, including 3 teenage boys, were shot while riding a Septa bus in Philadelphia's Fairmount Park Saturday evening, according to police. Investigators were notified about a shooting just before 6:15 p.m. on May 10th on Girard Avenue near 33rd Street. After they arrived, Philadelphia police and Septa officers found people had been shot on the Route 15 bus. Around 30 people were on board the bus at the time of the shooting, according to Inspector D.F. Pace with the Philadelphia Police Department. You can imagine a very closed and close space, and you have something like this happen. It's very traumatic for all concerned. According to Pace, the 4 victims included 2 16-year-old boys and a 14-year-old boy, all of whom were taken to the hospital. A 39-year-old woman was treated for a grazed wound on the scene. All of the victims are in stable condition. In an update Sunday, police said the 14-year-old was shot in the left hand, the 16-year-old was shot in the right foot, the other 16-year-old suffered a grazed wound on his back, and the 39-year-old woman was injured on her shoulder. Authorities believe a man, possibly in his 40s, confronted a group of juveniles toward the back of the bus, got into a verbal argument. The shooter then allegedly pulled a gun from his bag and struck 4 people. The exact motive for the shooting is unclear. This was extremely frightening incident for our customers, and said the Septa bus operator. Septa police will continue working closely with the Philadelphia police on the investigation. A spokesperson for the transit agency told CBS News Philadelphia Saturday, no arrests have been made in the case. Police said the shooter was wearing a red hat, a black zip-up jacket before he ran from the bus across 33rd Street onto Girard Avenue. Luckily, cameras on board captured the entire incident. Detectives are now reviewing the video to figure out who the shooter is and what may have led to the shooting. I told y'all the boy was a lunatic. I'm out of here. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. Go to my website, get your dribble right. I got merch there, sweatsuits, short sets, hard copy CDs. The PILLMATIC 3 will be out very, very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.